Welcome to this video about common mistakes in growing microgreens and how to avoid them. Microgreens are a great source of nutrients and flavor, but growing them can be challenging. In this video, we will discuss some of the most common mistakes made in growing microgreens and provide useful tips on how to avoid them. One of the most common mistakes in growing microgreens is choosing the wrong container. Using a container that is too deep or too shallow can affect the growth of your microgreens. It's important to choose a container that is shallow enough to allow for good drainage but deep enough to accommodate the roots. Additionally, the container should be wide enough to allow the microgreens to grow without overcrowding. Consider using plastic trays with drainage holes as they work well for growing microgreens. Another common mistake in growing microgreens is using poor quality seeds. Low-quality seeds can lead to poor germination rates and slower growth. It's important to use fresh and high-quality seeds when growing microgreens. You can purchase them from a reputable supplier or online store. If you're unsure about the seed quality, do a germination test before planting. This will ensure that you're using viable seeds that will grow and produce healthy microgreens. Over or underwatering is another mistake commonly made when growing microgreens. Microgreens are delicate plants and require just the right amount of water to thrive. If you overwater them, the seeds will rot and the microgreens will die. If you underwater them, they will wilt and eventually die. It's important to keep the soil moist but not wet. Water your microgreens when the soil surface appears dry to the touch. Avoid using a spray nozzle as it can damage the tender leaves. Microgreens require a good amount of light to grow properly. One of the most common mistakes made is not providing enough light. Without sufficient light, they will grow leggy and won't have a good flavor. Ensure that your microgreens will get enough light by placing them near a bright window or under grow lights. If using grow lights, they should be kept on for 12 to 16 hours a day, depending on the type of microgreen. Those were some of the most common mistakes made when growing microgreens. By avoiding these mistakes, you can grow healthy, flavorful microgreens. Remember to choose the right container, use high-quality seeds, water your microgreens properly, and provide sufficient light. We hope you found this video helpful. Happy growing!